What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the channel. My name is Jesse. You may have seen me before. I do have other channels. The algorithm does what it says it does. You may have seen me on Willowbrook Homestead, which is where I'm at right now, obviously. And I have another one where I cook called the Primal Meat Stead. If not, well, now you know who I am. What I have here is a trailer, car parts in it, because I am going to be building one of my favorite cars very, very slowly with my kids. So that is the premise of this whole channel. It's not to get rich, not to do random crazy stuff, but for me to document me building a car that I have wanted for a very, very long time with my kids, and leaving them with the skills and memories that'll help them out later on in life, just like I have learned with doing things with cars and stuff like that. So I'll explain more, but you can't build a car with just those parts. Let's go get the rest of it. So what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a 1989 Nissan 240sx Coupe. So it looks like it's in pretty rough shape right now, and it is, because the person I got it from, who is a good friend of mine, purchased it and then took it apart for paint. That's all primered. It was ready for paint, but then he just kind of let it sit. And it got a lot of sitting done. So you can see a lot of leaves. We have a lot of cleaning up to do. He did hit it with a boat trailer, so we have to clean that up. Obviously, all this is going to be replaced. Bunch of cleaning up to do. Biggest thing, there's no motor. That's okay, because he does have the motor. He actually has two motors. What was in that car was an RB20 DET. ECU, everything is done, full swap done to it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna rebuild that motor later. The reason I got this car, let me go ahead and explain this before I go into any other details to that lovely machine right there. I have always wanted another 240, and yes, I said another, because right out of high school I bought a 1996 240sx. It had a spun rod bearing. I got it for like, God, super cheap. So what I did, we took that motor out. It was a KA motor, and I don't know why I'm like bending down, like why am I doing this all weird like. So it had a KA motor in it. Fully rebuilt it, sold it because of a person I was dating at the time wanted me to move to Columbia. Long story, bad choices. Sold it to my buddy who actually I just got that car from. He did a lot more cool stuff to it, and then he ended up selling it later on, which, while we were talking about this car, he was like, man, I wish I wouldn't have sold that car. I also wish I wouldn't have sold that car. But now, shoot. Man, I'm 36. I sold that car when I was probably 22. So a good 13 years later, 14 years later, I now have another 240sx. But this is an 89. My favorite is actually a 97. It's the COUPE. What's cool about this is I have plans to actually make this a Silvia conversion with the 89 Silvia front end that very much so looks similar. I love the coupes. I think they look so slick. So that's a part of the plan. This is going to be a very slow build. It's going to take a long time because, again, I'm doing it with my kids. I'm building this car, building the car that I want as much, and I'm going to do everything I want to it slowly. But I'm going to do it with my kids because I want to leave a legacy with them. I want to have them have the skills and knowledge on how to work on a car. I have a daughter and I have a son, and I would very much so like them to be able to work on a vehicle if they please. So that's actually not our only project we have. We have a four-wheeler over here. I need to do some stuff to my truck. I also do daily, maintenance on my truck and my wife's vehicle. So this channel is going to have a bunch of different stuff in it. Me teaching my kids, but also my brother-in-law, who you saw pick up the car for me. He said he wants to help as well. He has 2 daughters, so why not just make it a family thing? So that's what we're going to do. If you're interested in helping, not asking for your help, but I know a lot of people like to be generous, there are links in the description in which you can be generous. Again, not asking you to. This is still going to be a slow build. Very excited about it. I just look forward to building this with my kids and building a legacy, but I also look forward to having a fast car finally. Back in school, I had a slow car because I never did anything to it. I had a Nissan Altima. It was great. Had a KA motor in it. Just never did anything to it. Now it's time for me to have a relatively fast, everyday driver that I can enjoy my kids, and like I said, it's going to be a long time. Plus, it's also been a long time coming. So what's a few more years, right? So thank you for being here. I hope you stick around and see what kind of projects we have, what kind of things we're going to be doing, because I can guarantee you we got a few many of them. So thank you guys. Appreciate you, and we'll see you later.